Andy Johnson here. I'm looking for you to design a scaffolded reading experience. Don't overthink this. Couple things. Always put your name on the top of all assignments. The purpose statement. Students will read and enjoy that story. Keep that in mind. That's the purpose, not to do your activities, but to read and enjoy the students or the story. Assume your students are in second grade. It's mixed ability with high and low. So you are going to have to design a pre-reading activity that provides enough structure, a scaffold, so all students can read the story independently. Remember, they're going to read it either silently by themselves or with a partner. Your job is to create a scaffold that makes it such that they can read this story. So you're going to have to provide enough of this, all right? So you can use a story preview. The preview presents most of the book, describes it, but leaves the hook, so they have to read to find out. A story map, so they can visually see, and you need to go over the elements up front. Or story grammar, and you can use the story grammar chart. You can list all or most of the items there such that they can read. Get that concept in mind that you are providing structure. That's the important part. And I will say to myself when I grade this, could a struggling reader read this story by him or herself? All right. And you want students to read with purposeful intent. So make a link from your pre-reading activity to the story that gets them reading with purposeful intent. For example, read to find out what happens when, or this is going to be exciting. Ralph will do this. Let's see what happens. Something to get them to look for some element in the story. Okay, the during reading activity. No round robin reading, ever, ever, ever. Silent reading, buddy reading. And the post-reading activity. Read this carefully. Do this activity. All right. This is an example of a multi-level activity that all students will be successful. Remember, the goal is not to do your neat activity. The goal is to read and enjoy the story. That's why we're doing it. But we're going to have some simple reading activity to get them to manipulate some element, get them engaged, or have a discussion. So for this activity, students will be asked to identify what they think are interesting or important events from the story. All right, and again, varying levels. They'll brainstorm. You write a bunch of things on the board, and then they list their ideas, and then students will select and describe one idea from the board, or they can use their own. So they'll describe it and create a picture in their journal. All right, that's something that students can take as far or not far as they want. So you're generating a bunch of ideas on the board. All right, students, in your reading journal today, I want you to describe one interesting or important idea. It can be one of these or one of your own, and draw a picture with it as well. All right. Do not overthink this lesson. I'm looking for you to demonstrate your ability to create a scaffolded reading experience.